with the most money. So my cousin from over would get contracts over there with his crane and his flatbed, to haul timber out from when they first started selling the lots. And he was just wow. That was just wow. I mean, I just thought they were so silly. Yeah, it's just different. It's just different. But and I don't care if we do your different thing, but don't push it on anyone else. So that's like the way it hurts me. And just know that it's the cost of doing business, guys. That's that whole mentality of like state commissioner ways on. Stacey, okay, yeah, he had asked me for the link a while ago, so okay, or earlier, so I'm glad you made it. Hi, Commissioner Wayne. Oh, I'm gonna take a picture and text something to you, okay?
Okay.
They just print it out. We don't have to share it in detail. It's just for a reference point for you. Okay.
Okay.
Or for all the commissioners have a physical copy here. Shoes. Oh. Yeah, I thought so too. Hello. Hey. Hey, hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Good. Right now. It was great. I just took the opportunity to go meet with Bird. Oh, late this afternoon, just to check in on the site and stuff. So it was good. The patch looks good. I don't know if you drove out there. Oh, I did not drive out there. Looks really good. Yeah, they did a good job. So it's funny that I had gotten you question from the county. Yeah. It's been so long. And then I asked her. She was like, oh, yeah. That's literally you're done. Yeah. Driving. I know. So would you grab that door? Do that. Oh, I want you now. Yeah, how was your bike ride? That was very cool.
It was pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with a few more people. We're still recruiting. So, are you in?
I'm not much of a biker, but I would donate to talks. We do put tons of powers. That's what you wrote for, right? Yeah, we donate to that.
No, we're supposed to talk.
Cool.
Oh, it's pretty regular.
I just made the motion.
I thought that was pretty.
Because he's gone.
He's online.
I know, but
Yeah.
Heard of
yeah.
it.
That we get
Told
I
my
think
buddy.
it's
to record.
So you need to be doing research and
decided.
figure this out.
And I
With
think-
on Fox News
Okay.
and all the stuff.
that's what we talked about.
That's how
Yeah.
we survive. I think that is like how people work so hard.
You know, as long as you're doing an ice bath every single night, it's
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
Did you travel with a travel cold plunge and just get ice on the way?
They're bathtubs.
Oh, just bathtubs, okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's mandatory, you gotta have bathtubs.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Thanks.
Nice to see you.
Not still that.
I got to meet my sister finally.
You know, I couldn't believe I didn't know I had a older sister.
Brother, she's heard all the stories about you for years. And so she's like, I've heard these stories that we've never met. I'm like, how have you never met? So,
Yeah, that was, I mean, quite frankly, your sister like runs the thing on in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's big.
Yeah. Well, and it's so funny because when she comes here, I'm always like, shit, what do you want to do? We have to plan it ahead of time.
And she's just used to picking up your phone and going, yeah, I need chicken wings for 200 people. And they're like, okay, yeah, we'll have that there in 45 minutes. Like, and we joke that she gets so mad because we call her a party planner. And she's really a head of international relations and the Pentagon for the Air Force. And so, yeah, yeah. So when Corey said he was showing up, she pulled out the red carpet and she's like, what does he want to do? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm trying to get it on the phone.
It's a pretty parade guy, right?
Yeah.
Told her that.
Yeah. Great. But then she offered a boat tour and then he got there and he was like, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, she just rolled into who's the head of the Department of War?
Oh, Pete.
Yeah, she just rolled into his office, like, took a book in that my buddy had written. Yeah, I dropped it off on his desk.
Just rubbing shoulders with.
Yeah.
The Secretary of the Navy just happened to be in the hallway with
He totally just put his hand up. You know, he's,
Right now,
I'm just standing back there like.
You paying attention. So straight, like, tell me it's not.
how's vacation session?
It should probably just stay in the military, actually.
Yeah, they were after they heard you got going.
I'm not really a little baby girl.
Yeah.
I'm really a baby girl. Oh, it looks like there's a lot more events than like when I was
Yeah,
a kid.
I think she did. The new gal added quite a bit. So it's good.
Emily's back.
How are you? Oh, yeah. These things are really.
Those are the claims. It's like the claims, the short version. And then.
That's what it is.
You're back.
Yes,
Were you on
well, I
vacation?
couldn't see you on.
Yes, we were having some difficulties. I think it's straightened out now. So we're on Zoom and we got the owl.
Hey, I want to forget what everybody looked like. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've called you many times in the past few months, so. I do have a
Pretty much
question,
famous.
personal question.
Yes.
For my application.
We obviously get these.
What's that?
We obviously get these. I
I think
don't.
they're technically the ones for public. use, but we can print you a copy.
Well, no,
It's like, it's $1,000.
it's more time to look at it than right now.
Yeah, and we're just gonna go over the findings.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, that's all I just wanted to, I mean, there's a lot to digest.
Well, that's why I was like, do you have more time to
Oh,
look
yeah,
at this, or you're gonna find out?
yeah, I'll just point out the findings that.
Right.
They can have that.
Okay. I sent him an email last time, right? Curious. No, no.
Yeah,
But
no.
Thank you. How was your bike ride?
It's good. Nice.
And your drive?
Yeah,
We're gonna drive.
yeah, we traded off, we were doing it in tandem, so. But we'll recruit two more people for next year, for a fact.
Bigger crew.
They could take it out. You'd see whatever they have to do to finalize.
That doesn't feel like that better than something.
Virgins. Rotated the opposite direction, but nothing. So Bryce, how's it going so far?
So good.
Like, oh, yes. Makes sense. Where-
If you reach out to this lady, Ronson,
Yes,
and she just.
silence, but also silence from Bob.
So,
Really? But through the town email, so I might need to.
Think so. Yeah.
I wish just looking at my desktop for it, so.
Oh.
Yes.
Should be useful.
Share your. Oh. Then that's, I think that is. That changes it.
That's last time I got super easy to send.
You did? No, Ed did.
Oh, mostly.
He was like. Yeah, it was a little wobbly and we had a slight leak from upstairs, so. that was-
It's on.
6:15, here we go. Good evening. Well, I guess, we got, I got ahead of myself to do lunch.
I know, I was like, I was ready, I was going.
Yeah, sorry, good morning, good evening. This meeting's gonna go well. Thank you for being here. For those who don't know, I am Lisa Roberts. I'm gonna open the meeting of the Ennis Town Commission. Tonight, Thursday, August 13th, that is 6:15 p.m. I'm gonna take the roll call of the commission. Commissioner Shows,
Here.
Commissioner Way.
Present. Yep,
Commissioner-
present.
Here.
Commissioner Hankins here, Commissioner Hardy.
Here.
Okay, now we will stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First, item agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes. We have 2 meeting minutes One from 23rd, the 23rd, and then one from the 31st. So,
Move to approve July 23rd, 2026 meeting minutes.
I'll second. Are there any public comments or any discussion? Any public comment from online? Move to approve, Commissioner Shows,
Aye.
Commissioner White,
I'm sorry.
Aye.
Commissioner Ranson,
Aye.
Commissioner Hankins, Commissioner Hardy.
That was the one I attended remotely, correct?
Yes, because you weren't here the last.
Right, okay, I,
Okay. Motion passes, okay, and now meeting minutes from the 31st. That is where we did the resolution for the local government review ballot language.
Move to approve July 31st, 2026 meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Second, okay. Any discussion? Any public comment? No? Okay. They call the vote, Commissioner Way,
Aye.
Commissioner Ranson,
Aye.
Commissioner Hankins, Commissioner Hardy,
abstain.
Commissioner Shows.
Aye.
And now we are on to department reports. First is the Madison County Sheriff's Office. You can see the report in there. Looks like there were a total of 193 calls for service during the month of July. So a very busy month. And then you have the next one is the kind of the breakdown of summary of things that happened there. So lots of warnings, a couple of other major incidents, and a few 10 citations. We're under the I don't. Yes.
Well, there's part of it, but on the subject court report
Yep.
online,
Yep.
it says Lawrence Squad. Do you know what? that
We'll have to ask the
terminology-
judge what that means. We'll
They
get
either
to her.
show up or something. The squash means it's gone.
Yes. When we get to that one, I will make a note to ask Jordan.
Well, it's-
Judge.
Yeah, I could think there'd be a little better definition. of-
Okay, I'll ask her. Yeah, you bet. You bet.
Everyone.
She did apologize for not coming in and said you guys can always reach out and ask them.
Yeah, so I'll ask her what that means, the legal definition,
Appreciate it.
and then we can go from there. Any other questions? No, nobody will answer them specifically, but any other public comment on the Madison County Sheriff's report? No? All right, next one, is library, Karen.
Alright. So all is well. We are wrapping up this week's summer reading program. So next month, I hope to have for you both stats for our summer reading and for the fiscal year. Starting to crunch those numbers as well. I report those numbers in association with our annual state reporting as well, so we do it for various reasons. Bailey did a great job this year. She wrapped up with giant water balloons, not giant water balloons, giant single shot with water balloons this year for summer science. And then on the littles, we'll be having a T-Rex tea party this Friday, so if you want to swing by. Cute. It is. It's the cutest thing in the world. Yeah, fun things coming up. Actually, before that, our AC and heat are still out. They've been out for several weeks. Just technical difficulties.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, it's been so much fun. But it'll resolve eventually. It'll be great. We're almost Fox Alarm is almost done with their job on the doors. Couple fun things coming up.
Friday night, is that tomorrow? Friday night, we're having a reception for Ed Cotton, who does a benefit for the friends of the library. That's tomorrow night, and Saturday is our annual pie sale. Ooh. That's fun. Starts at 9 AM. Eat a whole pie and no one will stop you. Also wrapped up this week, Brighton Deadman, our high school intern, or I'll call her our intern, but she's so smart and such a hard worker and just a great human being. We were so lucky to have her at the library this year. She's going into her senior year. So I just want to really give a shout out and all good things to her. Just the best wishes for her summer year. Future be right. So we're transitioning from summer planning to come fall programming, both adult and for after school. We have received a grant that I'm going to increase for some science programming for after school. And what else do we have going on? I am taking part in the Big Sky Leadership Cohort through MSU Extension. And early September, I'll be at a conference, we can speak at a conference through IMLS Institute of Museum and Library Sciences in Reno, kind of a regional conference, just telling our story about a small library with big numbers, how we operate and keep things rolling for our community. Yeah. Yeah. Any questions for me?
You're an intern, is that just summertime for the school?
Yeah, we call her an intern, but she worked last summer for us too. Yeah, the president of the library sponsor public school student every summer for us. And hopefully she'll come back next semester when she has Fridays off, but. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Questions? All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Eric, you're up next with Public Works.
You want to stand up?
No.
I'm right here in front of it, so. I actually did bring my report, but I don't have much more to add to it,
Do you want me to print it out for you?
if you want me to go through it, yeah. We had a tour with the Conservation District out at the lagoon. Just recently, there were some people concerned about what's going on in the river. So I think that went really well. Everybody's always impressed when they see the end result, what's actually going out there. Thanks.
Yeah, that was probably the one I was most interested in.
You know,
Well, it's
there,
all interesting, forgive me, it's all
to
interesting.
me it was too. I think I'd rather people call me than the Conservation District and ask questions. That's, we've never not answered question, and then it bothers me. We've never been hiding anything. The results are all out and open. But
And there's a possibility for the continuing ed to do a tour as well, right?
yeah, that would be fine too. And I mean, that's for anybody really. Correct?
I think they have to sign up.
You have to sign up for it, but that's for anybody, and that'll be the same thing too.
Is that with the school?
The continuing ed, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's all, I think it all kind of groups into the same group of people starting to ask questions, I think maybe, but that's fine. We're operating really well right now out there. Everything's looking good. So I'm not worried. Well, I mean, I just hope they get what they want out of it, really. I mean, there's no reason to go around and I heard of a couple guys threatening to sue and this and that. I mean, there's no talk for that. Come and ask questions first.
And understand how the system
That's,
works.
that's, but I think that was nice coming out and getting them to come out and talk. And actually see and understand.
Was this the first time you encountered that, or does that happen every summer?
This is the first time with the Conservation District. We do a yearly DEQ out there, and they do walk through everything, all of our buildings, all our records, everything. They do that every year, but that's normal. But this was the first time done.
I'm glad.
But it went nice, they were cool about it. They're, and like I said, everybody's always surprised to see the end result. I like to get a jar of what's in the beginning, what's in the end, and show them. It's always a big difference. So that went good. Next week I'll be in Billings for advanced lagoon training, and this is to me pretty exciting. Pete Brocher, that's holding this class, is really well known in the state for lagoon. We're actually taking 2 years of our records and the results of all our tests. I'm going to be really digging into these and what's going on. So it's pretty exciting. You'll probably see that on claims for the hotel room. That's pretty big one. We just been keeping busy. We do have two hydrants. I really think we need to get changed out before fall. We had one we were trying to fix the valve on, but it's not coming. It's just not coming loose. We were putting chain movers and everything on this wrench, and it ain't budging.
What are the location of those two?
One's on Hugel and First, and that one's a troublesome. That's an old Pacific States hydrant, and they just don't make parts for them anymore. And then the other one is in the middle of what's next to Nicole? How am I? Mirza, right?
Okay.
Yeah, in the middle there. But that one's pretty important because there's not.
That block is so long.
It's a long box, so that's pretty important. But we're gonna have to get into that. I'm waiting for hydrants right now. We've been waiting for a while. I think we went to a 7-foot instead of a 6-foot bury. I don't know if that's the problem.
Just
That
back
way,
order.
yeah, that way we're not adding a foot extension on everything, get them to the right height.
How long for a while? A couple months?
We've been waiting. I've been waiting for those hydrants for a minute.
6 months?
Probably 4. 3 or 4.
Just one for fire. Thank you, Eric.
So the adult education thing, is that something you're gonna be like offering through the school, like fall and spring semester, or?
Well, Chelsea Mosman.
Whatever they want.
Yeah, Chelsea Mosman
I'm
reached out as far as like,
I'm in
hey,
for
think
it.
this would
I'm
be
okay
cool,
with
and
it.
Eric was willing to give everyone a tour, and so she has to go through her process at the school. They have to approve what she wants to offer, I believe, and so then she's gonna circle back with a date for Eric. It would just
Okay.
be just like a one time, it's not.
Sure, just like
Yeah.
a Saturday class.
Yeah, workshop essentially,
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing, to try and prevent the spread of misinformation. It's so easy to do anymore.
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity to be like,
Well, and-
book a class, a workshop on, come check it out.
and it's like I said, it kind of caught me off guard too this time around, but not really surprised.
We have a great little informational sheet, we'll put out at some point. Great West will put it together, this how our lagoon works, and it's like an infographic and stuff like that. We've posted that before, we'll do it again. I'll get it to you if it goes through with the school, we'll get that out. And if you need any other supplementary
Yeah,
documents.
I remember touring the lagoon when I was a 6-year-old, I think 7. I remember. I mean, maybe we'll have to bring it back.
Yeah.
There was I don't know. We always did.
Freshman. I didn't. Freshman.
Well, it's something that we all depend on. And,
Yeah.
and we should all have more knowledge of how it works, because if it, if we don't take care of it, it can be problematic. So, yeah, so let people know that even though once it leaves their house, it's, it's not just gone. Like,
But it's also not being discharged 100% dirty.
yes, exactly. And so it is treated and, and the process that's. So thank you. Thanks for doing that and doing. And thanks to you and your guys, so you guys should probably see, we got some new door handles. Eric and the guys have also been cleaning out this concrete building or
No parking.
yeah, that was full of like
Spider webs.
lap and random stuff. So yeah, some cleanup around here, which has been super helpful, of course, and all their daily stuff that they already do.
I think we finally found a taker for the street sweeper.
Really?
I think that was on a resolution to get rid of when I was back on the commission. Like when I first started, so that's like at least 10 years ago. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right, thank you, Eric. Any other questions or public comment on the public works report? Okay, you're up, Brenda.
Do you want to go to Cody or?
Oh, Cody, sorry.
No, you're like, I'm good for skipping around.
That's no, I don't do Cody, or, you know what, it was the next one in. Or, yeah,
Oh.
sorry, no, I read it wrong, so, go ahead, Cody.
Yeah, you've got your report in front of you. This is for July, so heads up, we aren't counting anything in August on this one, but no zone site permits for July. There were some fence permits. There was one zoning complaint that has since been resolved, so. And standard discussions and inquiries, floodplain, lots of floodplain, zoning, signs, fences, nothing but fences. Yeah, and business as usual at the county, subdivisions like crazy, so.
Around here, subdivisions, new ones? No.
No, lots of little minors, but Cameron, seen a few. Some over on the Ruby side, some up Meadow Creek area.
Any other questions for Cody?
Do you know if there's still any movement happening with that subdivision to the west of Sheridan? It's right in town, but.
Right adjacent, right on that western boundary. So they actually revised that proposal about a year and a half ago. So instead of pitching what was it, 55 lots or something like that, they amended their preliminary plat and took it back through for 5 lots. And yeah, and so it hasn't final platted yet, so they aren't lots yet, but it was preliminarily approved.
And those are acre lots, 5.
No, that's a 15-acre tract of land,
Okay.
so yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Right. And Brenna, you are up. Brenna.
So just, first thing, our new auditors have asked us to do start getting JVs, journal vouchers and adjustments approved and reviewed by the commission. So I started an adjustment. It was with the claims. So if you guys have a chance just to review that, it's one sheet of paper. It shows you exactly what the adjustments was and why. So you guys can go through those if you don't mind. We have more time. I know it's a new thing. But that was just because the auditors suggested it. And I think it was a good idea. So it just shows all the stuff that has been moved around adjustment wise for water bills. And then we did get some lead letters sent out. I'm busy with still getting some business licenses going. As you can see, the short-term rental, we have 22 licenses so far, 6 more that have not this year, and been in contact with the county, so we're still working on getting those people. And that's really just about anything. Questions or any concerns or anything?
Do want to just draw attention to that the town hall front hours are adjusted, so it will be Monday, Tuesday, 9 to 4, the break for lunch, Wednesday to noon, and then Thursday, Friday, 9 to 4 with a break for lunch. So, just to bring everybody's attention to that, so. If you need to talk to someone in person, yeah, those are the hours to do so. And yeah, we did have the carpets and materials cleaned. Yes.
Oh, when everybody's gone.
Well, actually, Brenda was here that day, but we looked at the chairs and they were little. So, yeah. So thank you, Brenda, for keeping on top of everything. Okay, any other questions for the clerk?
What was the weed item you mentioned?
Weed litter, so for people that have like overgrown weeds or noxious weeds that they need to either mow or spray for. Every year we have a list of them that go out, and if they're not done, Eric or someone will go out in Public Works and mow it for them, and then we'll just send them a bill or something like that, so.
Sure. Is that complaint based currently?
No,
They do
No,
it
it's
in
like, yeah, they walked around and
It's the same people every year and they just wait for us to mow it.
there are like that.
It's really hard.
We could, yeah, so maybe we'll start finding them.
It's really annoying.
Yeah, so we've got to come up with.
I mean, in this, like, you can't mow an empty lot without hitting huge rocks around your. So that's the thing too, it's just really annoying.
So we'll maybe work on some ordinance change that could address that. Cool. Okay. Any other questions or comments on Brenna's report? No. Okay. Budget report. So this is very fluid as to, because we have not adopted the budget for this fiscal year yet, because we just got our taxable value. So I believe on Monday. So we will be working for it. Jody and Jody are working diligently. We have to do a public hearing, so we have to advertise that twice. So, but it's still a living document as far as the budget goes. Jody is able to run us some really cool reports. So, like, I know when I was on the commission, one of my questions was, like the salaries are spread over, the whole
Everything's
budget.
moved in different
So they can
stuff.
just run a report and just let us know exactly what all the salaries are with the benefits. So we can have, at least that's how my mind works,
Yeah,
yeah,
rather than having to go to every section.
done and add it up or whatever. So I think, they've been super helpful, in getting that. They also, are cleaning up our cash report. And we can go over stuff in the audit, but there was a lot of accounts that are no longer in use or whatever, and it made it cumbersome to go through the budget and to have a good understanding on that. So, yeah, so our public hearing for the budget will be 2 weeks from today. So please put that on your calendar. And until then, it's a living, breathing document, so changes will happen throughout, so. That is where we are with that, so, and we have to adopt it by September 3rd is our deadline,
You said 2 weeks from today?
2 weeks from today.
So then the following Thursday, we'll do another one.
Yeah, we could adopt it, or, yeah,
Cause we can't do it at 27.
yeah, I'll talk to Jody, and maybe we do the public hearing and then adopt it.
It's the same night.
Yeah, the same
Okay.
night. But as long as it's done before September 3rd, we would stay in compliance. So. Any questions or public comment?
Move to approve, please.
1 second. Any questions or comments, discussion?
I know, we tried out of them.
You have Mass Environmental Center for Corey.
Oh, so that was a pre-employment physical.
Is that standard?
Yes, for public.
It is now.
Yeah, for public
Oh.
works it is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of the handbook?
Yeah, we had one incident with a former employee that really wrote this town over, so that's the standard now.
Okay, yeah. Is that handbook?
I don't know, I think it's a policy that Eric has for public works employees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chase card.
Police cars. Cause it's the way that our claims work, so we were hit with a $40 late fee and that should be it.
So is there,
But theoretically,
but
yes.
it's, yeah, I don't know, is it like, is there any, there's no balance?
There's no balance and we can't access the information. And
No.
yeah, that's been since I've
I
been in
know,
office,
but
we still can't, and so was waiting for a zero balance, and then I have to write a letter to say, please close this account. Because they won't let us have any credentials. I tried writing a letter saying, hey, this person no longer works here, all of these things, and they're like, nope.
Wow.
Well, how are you supposed to have a zero balance if you keep getting hit with a late?
Yeah,
fee?
so I'm gonna write them a letter, yeah, so I'm gonna write them a letter and just be like, please close this account. So, yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
it's been super frustrating.
Yeah.
Months.
Yeah.
Yes, and then there's like that random honeypot, stink box, whatever, that was a subscription that no one knew anything about, so that delayed us again.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, so it was, yeah.
So we're already operating under a new credit card.
Yes, we have a Visa card through Valley Bank
Okay.
in Whitehall, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alder Bar on the 18th,
That's Mad Towns. We do that every year, so.
lunch or something.
Yeah, we all meet there and talk about, we have to actually,
Okay.
it's Mad Towns, it's kind of like our commission, we have to one. And they buy lunch and.
Okay. And the hotel, is that for your upcoming?
Lunch, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions or discussion on claims?
Sure, as long as it's their discrepancy. And is there gonna be a refund of all of this interest?
I'm gonna try my best, Myron.
Well, I would think that if it's a total malfunction, where you have no access,
Yeah,
that interest is,
I will do my best.
okay.
I'll take on Chase Bank to the best of my ability.
Forgive hell.
Yes, I'll try. I tried canceling it a while ago, so, all right. Okay. All right, so next one,
Oh, wait,
yes. Oh, you guys vote, yes. So, all right, any other public comments? Okay. You guys moved in, so it's, yeah, call the vote, Christie.
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Mr. Wade? Sure. Okay, was that a yes?
That is a yes.
All right. Hey, scheduled matters. Tony, would you be okay if we let Colette go first?
Public
I don't
comment.
care.
On non-agenda items, right? Oh, yeah, okay,
Before schedule matter, sorry.
sorry.
I'm happy because you're,
You do glasses or something.
I'm happy because we're all.
That eye surgery really got me. Okay, public comment on non-agenda items.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
There, get to my notes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Dale Steve Barker, most of you know me. I have a few questions about your government study review thing that's going on and you're gonna put it on the ballot.
Yes,
Okay, you're putting it on this fall, correct?
yes.
And, when did you, replace you as the person on the council or the committee with somebody else?
They advertised it, no one applied. So I
Okay,
was not replaced, so remained a quorum with Brittany Hirsch, Kelly Elzer, and then Karen was the ex officio.
okay, but according to Montana code annotated, as near as I can tell, and after I've talked to Dr. Dan Clark at MSU,
Uh-huh,
you have to appoint someone within 30 days of your becoming mayor.
Okay,
And then during that time period, the council has to approve this person to be in that position
okay,
because they are not elected. They are now appointed.
sure,
You were the elected person and you stepped aside.
yes.
So my question is, maybe you better talk to Dr. Dan
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you better talk to the city attorney because in my opinion, everything that this council is going to do with that government study is now null and void because it wasn't done legally according to Montana Code Annotated.
So when there was no one to appoint,
Game over. As far as I know, you better talk to
Okay.
Dr. Dan.
with Dan and Ed, and they both approved the ballot language and everything, the process through.
But I'm not sure that Dan knew anything about the non-appointed thing.
Okay,
So that was my biggest question.
okay,
There's supposed to be 3 people on that board in there. If you're down to 2 and you don't get somebody appointed, your alternate should have been the one appointed, correct?
we didn't have an alternate.
No.
You said there was a 3rd person there.
The ex officio was Karen.
I'm not a voting member.
She was a non-voting member,
Okay.
so,
I think you had to appoint her to be somebody as your replacement.
There is no replacement.
Yeah.
It's just 3 ex officio.
yeah, and there was no alternate that, so when that election happened. There were 3 positions and only 2 people applied, and then Kelly was appointed,
Okay, and he was voted on by the council.
yes.
Okay, but this does have to go through the 2nd phase because you had to appoint something as an acting mayor to replace you.
Yeah, we
And-
advertised it and no one. So,
Okay, but
yeah.
you didn't appoint anyone, is my point.
Sure,
And that to me, in Montana Code Annotated, you need to look at that section in city
Okay.
government, how that works, because I don't believe that you're legal.
okay,
So that's a huge question. You
okay,
can't put it on the ballot if it's not legal.
okay.
So anyway. That's my major.
Go ahead.
So we had, when the former mayor, Nikki Haas was in office, we were down to 2 commission members and Dan Clark instructed us to government doesn't just stop because there's not enough people to be on the council. So we continued to have meetings in the absence of a quorum, if you will. So, and that was per Dan's instruction. So
I get your point, but I hope you're also getting my point that if you're gonna do this, do it legal.
Sure,
So I definitely would check with Dan Clark and tell him that nobody was appointed and nobody was cleared through the council. You had 30 days to get that done. So,
I will submit an inquiry.
okay, I appreciate that because you gotta do it right or it's null and void. So. My comments are done, I guess.
okay, all right, thank you, Mr. D. Parker. Is there any other comment on non-agenda items? Any other comments? Okay, move to closing public comments and then, Cody, if you're okay, we will, have Colette give the project update on the well house project.
All right, so yeah, I actually came down this afternoon and met with the contractor on site, took a look around, and I think it's nearing completion, which is exciting. There's all the piping is in, they patched the pavement across the county road today, and I think it looks really nice. I think they did a good job. The site cleanup looks good. So far, the contractor did get permission from MDT to spread his spoils on their state property over there, some of their spoils on the state property over there, so he's been working through that. Well driller has changed dates a couple of times, but I did get an email today saying he will be on site August 27th to start drilling that new well. I am anticipating that taking with all the drilling and the testing and everything a couple of weeks. And then we will
it takes, you know, some of the testing we have to do to satisfy DEQ and the water quality standards, like radionuclides, that takes like 30 days. So it will, we'll take all the samples, we'll get those to the lab. They will, you know, it'll take the amount of time it takes. Meanwhile, we'll be writing the well report. And then DEQ has given us, you know, right now as a conditional approval, so we have to show the results of the pump test and the water quality results and all of that. So we will write the well report and get that submitted to DEQ as soon as we have the results from the water sampling that we'll do. And then DEQ, I guess the time frame from there is a little bit out of my control. It'll be, you know, DEQ's review period. So however long that will take them, I can say statutorily probably has 60 days. So they have been pretty quick as of recently on some projects. So hopefully it won't take that long. But then once we have all of that in place, we will get DEQ's authorization to make the wells active. And that's when we can actually turn them on. Now there's still, you know, work that has to be done to tie them into the controls and all of that. So meanwhile, you know, we'll just keep working through that. And then the contractor also, he has all the piping on site, but he will need to install the next kind of step. In addition to the well drilling, we'll be installing the piping inside the building. So, so that's kind of where we're at with construction. I sent over, and I apologize for just emailing it today, but I had several back and forth emails, and so I got the change order finalized from the contractor last night, late evening yesterday. So I was able to get that all pulled together. So this is change order number 2, and it is for the work associated with relocating the pipe to the south side of the road. Were you able to forward an email or?
Yeah, it was in the packet.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So the description is there, but we ended up being able to open cut across the road, and then we used flowable fill to backfill to prevent any settlement in the future, and then we paved the trench. So the change order came in less than what we estimated, you know, a while back when we were first talking about this. So the change order came in at $10,753. So that brings the total contract price to $787,793. I did go back through a summary of the budget for construction, and I visited with our grant administrator and verified kind of the funding situation. And actually, you guys have a new status of funds spreadsheet because we just processed a draw today. So, but the construction budget, if you recall, when I was first looking at this, I was going off the construction contract price originally of $638,000 and change. So the actual budget in the funding package was $755,000. And so we have 61,000. The current contract price is 816,000. Or excuse me, that's our total budget for construction, including contingency. And so our current contract price is just shy of 788,000. So we have about $29,000 remaining in contingency for the project, and we're getting near completion. So that's, I think, sitting pretty good. I think that's about it on the well. The only other thing, I mean, I haven't seen, and I don't know, Lisa, if you have the appraisal for the tank site.
That did come in.
Okay.
So, and I have reached out to the landowner to discuss it with them.
Okay, perfect.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so just let me know what if any support you need on that. And then the only other thing I wanted that you may all be aware of, I know Lisa and Brenna are, but we did prepare a planning grant application for a more in-depth study of that wastewater lagoon alternative that was discussed in the PER we did a couple of years ago. So that got submitted this week as well. So is there any questions, particularly on the change order or any of those construction items?
Is there any drywall in the well now? I'm just curious, yeah. Yeah, I was involved on the one down in West Yellowstone, and I found it curious that they yeah, just their level of finish that they were dealing with on it down there.
Oh, sure, okay.
There is drywall. It looks pretty good. Those guys, I will say, he's done I think pretty good job.
Have you been in there?
I'm.
No, okay.
We should all take a.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he'll.
Almost wish I didn't realize it was your car, I should have came.
Yeah, I went and looked in there.
It's like, excuse me, I should have went.
Yeah, it's a little bit messy, but I mean, he's a very nice man. He's willing to show if you guys, anybody wants to stop and visit the site, you're absolutely more than welcome to. He'll make sure it's open for you and yeah. So, I mean, it's a little messy right now. He's got to install piping and there's stuff being stored in there right now, but all the underground stuff is nearly complete. So we probably will pull our on-site full-time inspector off. With completion of the buried ground, we will come back to witness. We'll need to pressure test and chlorinate the main before that gets put completely into service. So we'll have I think he may pressurize it tomorrow or charge it tomorrow to let that chlorination. Good to go. So yeah. Any other questions on the project or anything else?
Yes, essentially so a well house is just like a place to turn the water off and.
Yeah, so there's some there'll be a flow meter in there, so the piping will come in, it comes in through the bottom of the well house and it goes through the meter. As well, so yeah, it's just where they pump the water through there, it goes through the flow meter. Yeah, the control panel will be in there as well.
So
Yep,
that's the remote control system.
We'll have, yeah, it'll all be in the, I know they're working on that. Getting that in there.
And their well house in West Yellowstone had 2 rooms. Is this one?
It has. It has to be, to meet DEQ requirements, it has to be separate.
Closet, it's essentially like a storage space for chlorine.
Right now, it's, yeah, if you ever needed to add chlorine, you would store your chlorine in there.
Okay.
But you don't do that currently, so you're welcome to use it to store whatever it is you need to store.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was just, honestly, I was saying, wow, this has just got a tube running through it. I'm like, what is essentially the function of the well house? How about a temperature that it has to be kept at? Is there like a minimum or?
I mean, you don't want it to freeze.
You
but
definitely
yeah.
have to have a heater.
Yeah, so there's
Sure.
a little bit a unit heater in there and a thermostat to regulate it.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty simple. Probably expensive, but simple. Expensive.
I think the one on First Street honestly used to be a walking cooler. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's that easy, it's really not.
but it has 2 compartments in it as well. I've been in it with
It
3 once before.
It does,
Yeah, it has that room saying that.
yeah.
Right, do you have any questions for Colette? We do need a motion on the change order.
I'll move to approve the change order for the White House project.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Any questions? Any public comment? No. All right, let's see, Commissioner Higgins, aye. Commissioner Harvey,
Aye.
for shows,
Aye.
Commissioner Way,
Aye.
aye. And Commissioner Hannah, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it go. Alright. Sorry.
I'll be your own.
Yeah, you will too. All right, our next one is consideration of a boundary line readjustment. If you want to look here, there is a vacant lot over on Horse Creek Courts. It used to go straight. They are asking for it to jog in a little bit. The reasoning was person.
For this person.
So they were both the same, they were owned by the same person. Same person. This one is there a house on it, this one is a vacant, is that correct?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so. And where this,
There's a corner of a house that encroaches.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
trying to
Maybe
accommodate.
right,
Yeah.
the setbacks were missed.
yeah,
Yes.
so they're just asking for a little jog, so.
That makes that other lot really weird. But, oh, well.
Probably.
That other lot's weird anyway.
But. It's what it is.
The,
So, little house. So.
third.
We have it's.
Alright, so. There's still your
Take your
fire.
TV down.
No, I love it. Take it. Take it and run.
Okay, so, any questions on that?
What do you have to say about it, Miss Cody?
So just a reminder, this is technically a subdivision exemption under Montana code. So through our interlocal agreement, when people have these within the town, it comes to the county, to the exemption review board, which consists of planning department, sanitation department, and the clerk recorder's office. And we have statutory limitations on what we can look at, but primarily we're making sure that it meets the exemption criteria and that it meets the survey requirements. And then, of course, because it's within the town, the governing body gets to make the final yes or no. I will remind you on these, there's not a lot of leeway. We don't get to condition them. We don't get to look at legal access, nothing like that, because it's exempt from those types of review points per statute. So this did pass snuff with the exemption review board. We found no issues. So we recommend approval.
I see that they filled out an MFE, they don't need that, do they? The
I've
MFE?
never seen that before. So
Yeah, I have no lie that I think the folks that submitted the application just filled it out just as a.
Thank you.
Of caution, you know, so I
Better
don't
to
think
be
that they
prepared.
need that, facilities exemption.
Is that the one that I recently?
No.
I haven't
This
seen
is-
it. It
I
didn't go
haven't
to
seen it.
anyone.
It didn't go
Yeah.
to anyone, because it was just a boundary line.
and I didn't send it to anyone because I'm like, it's not a subdivision.
I think
so-
I did call you about it. We had a talk.
But it's not necessary. MFEs we usually only see with a subdivision.
Division, a true subdivision.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Any other discussion?
Yeah. Move to approve the boundary line realignment and amended plat of lot 1A and 2A of block 3 of Peterhead Estates.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Any public comment? Any public comment online? Hearing none. No votes, Commissioner Hardy?
Aye.
Commissioner Shows?
Aye.
Commissioner White?
Aye.
Commissioner Moranson?
Aye.
Commissioner Hankins? The next one is a variance request. Let's see. Cody, would you walk us through that?
Yeah, this is a little bit wonky, only because these typically, per your zoning code, go to the town clerk and then to the Board of Adjustment. You do not have one right now. You consolidate it, but you don't have a quorum. So that's why then it defaults to the commission. So that's why I've ushered it to you.
Are we showing people on?
Yes.
It's on
So
your
I've
agenda.
done some recruiting. I'm trying to recruit. I think I got 2 recruits in the hopper. A little push.
So I wrote up a little report for you and then attached the application and photos that were sent by the applicant.
So
So
this looks like it's just replacing a fallen down structure? Or trash structure?
No, I think it's a new shed.
In where the trash. It
I
looks like-
believe there's a temporary shed there right now.
Yeah, like something fell down, so it's the same foot plan as that, right?
No, I think
No, I figured.
well,
It's an addition.
it's an eclipse.
No.
Okay, I thought the applicant might be just sorry.
No,
No, he's like, don't, this is a new.
You're not, yeah.
no, man,
Yeah.
I haven't
This
met
is a new,
you can't show me the baby.
So this is new. He's got, it looks like he's got some stuff in that corner and that's what he wants to build the shed for. That is my understanding.
Yes, and the variance request is to not follow the setbacks because if you read in his application,
Yeah,
if I follow them, my shed will only be 2 feet wide, which will not work for my storage needs. So,
But I think there was a miss in his application. He says, I'll meet the 3-foot setback, but the setbacks are, can you remind us what the setbacks are?
yeah, they are 15 feet in the front and 5 feet on the side and rear.
Okay.
so maybe 3 instead of 5.
No, I think he's like right up
I think
against,
it's right against the fence, is
There
my
is nothing.
understanding.
yeah.
But he's presented some options for you. Plan A, B, and C. Second page of his application.
Oh, yeah, they're not, okay, my first choice would have been to shed 10 feet tall in order to use it storage, gosh. Customize the height. Oh, so his choices are in height, not necessarily location,
Yeah,
so.
I believe his concern is it's a small lot. If he meets the setbacks, then his yard is done.
Oh, so he's right, well, so we need to look at the variance. Process and criteria that,
Yes,
Cody has outlined.
and that's just snipped from your zoning code, so.
Yeah. And I know there's probably a lot of stuff that is non-conforming in Ennis. But the crux of this is, circumstances unique to the property would cause an undue hardship if the zoning ordinance is strictly and literally interpreted and applied. And to meet the criteria of a hardship is unfortunately very hard. So it can't be financial, it can't be because I want to use my yard for the other space or whatever, unfortunately. There was a time that Ennis gave out variances like candy for a long time, and then it's, creates problems later. So I would just be very thoughtful on whether or not,
So I
and
guess,
there are setbacks there's setbacks for a reason, so.
Yeah, it's no problem. You're right, so it's not till it is.
Yeah.
so he does not have, there's no permanent foundation going in
Mm-mm.
underneath this.
I don't believe
It's just
so.
a shed that could be removed.
So I think we were all a little confused on this. No, I was. I was.
I was too.
I thought he'd be here too.
I did too.
Little explanation.
Yeah,
Yeah, but there is plenty, if you look at his fenced yard, if you look at page 4, he has room to put the shed. It would just be his preference, not
Oh, to
to,
leave more, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so there, yeah. There is room for the setbacks.
Is there a difference between setbacks for a temporary building, being a building with no foundation? It's all the same setback,
Yes,
permanent or temporary?
so I guess I would encourage you to go through those 4 criteria, that A, B, C, D on that first page on my report. I make a finding either way on each of those, and then we'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, I agree with the mayor. My experience with variances is you don't, it's gotta be a hardship of the land, so you don't just deviate from the rules unless there's some, obvious hardship, like a hill or something like that,
or
creates.
pizza's cheap. Yeah.
So.
Well, let's go through this. The variance won't be contrary to the public interest. I don't know if he has to notify the neighbors, but then that puts something right up against the neighbor. So how do you guys? Would it be contrary to the public interest?
Well, I would say if he's not contacted the neighbor even about this, that's like is that right, Cody? Isn't
Well,
that?
there's no requirement for that, so
Okay, But obviously, we'd be setting ourselves up for a lawsuit
Yeah.
if we approved,
Well,
Bill.
I don't know about that.
I don't know,
I mean,
is it
yeah,
contrary to the public interest, is a shed against public interest? Probably not.
so yeah, I'd take a look at, I mean, the neighbor to this is a church park, so that's a factor to consider in this.
And it's, no, letter A is worded where a variance won't be contrary to.
Yeah.
That is. So A is a yes. In my opinion. You guys are the
Meaning it will not be
decision
contrary.
makers. It will not be contrary to the public interest if it's a shed. And he doesn't plan on. But B. If I'm going too fast, let me know.
These are all just worded really.
Yeah, they're worded really weird. So another reason why we need to update our zoning code. So circumstances unique to the property would cause an undue hardship if the zoning ordinance is strictly and literally incorporated. To me, that's a no, because it's a square lot and he could, yeah. It's not like it's triangle shaped or leaving him no room. There is room there. Yeah.
Move to deny the variance.
Well, let's go through the other ones, just so it's, then we have records that we went through all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, we're waiting.
Okay, C, do you agree that B is a no? Is there a consensus on that from the commission?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. C, the spirit of the intent of the zoning ordinance would be observed and substantially justice done. Well, I don't know, the spirit and the intent, I don't. Well, the spirit is that there is a break between you and your neighbor between any
There isn't.
outbuildings, so therefore. As I interpret that.
I can't see.
I would say C is a no.
We gotta move the owl next time, I can't see her face.
I would say no, the spirit and intent of the zoning ordinance would not be.
It's very pretty language.
Yeah,
Very pretty.
and then. This is before they had color copies, and so they had to, instead of just paint they had to paint a picture with 1,000 words.
Yeah.
So that's some of the things they are trying to do. Okay. So D. So C, do you have consensus that the spirit of the zoning would not be observed because the spirit of the zoning said that there would be a break between buildings between neighbors. That's why setbacks were. Okay. So, okay, and then D, the results of the variance will be consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the adopted comprehensive plan growth policy. That one I am unsure of because I don't think the goals,
Your current growth policy does not address setbacks.
yeah.
So
D would be inclusive.
But maybe consistency with, issuing. So my question would be, so we just approved this one and created arguably.
This was not a variance.
that's not
That is two separate things.
Yeah, that's.
Right.
Yeah.
I know it's not a variance, but we just created odd shaped lot. So are they gonna could they come
They could
with a
request.
variance next week to us? Say, look, we have hardships and now.
Well, the difference is both parties on this had to sign off on this adjustment. So they're consenting to making that adjustment.
Okay.
Now, could anyone come in and request a variance to
Sure.
anything?
Because that parcel is for sale,
Yeah,
so someone could.
Yep.
Say, and then we could just say you just need to make it smaller now.
Okay.
About it.
And is the setback from the alley or from the pin?
It's from your pin,
you can.
it's from your property line.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there is a fair amount of stuff that is on the property line, but then it makes it tougher to do if you share a property line with a neighbor, it makes it tough to do any type of maintenance. If there's,
I second that.
okay, yeah, so. Yeah, shared property lines are really tricky. Yeah. As far as that goes, so. Going through this, A is a yes, B is a no, C is a no, D is inconclusive, so based on that, going through those four things. It would be a no. So, but that is up to the commission on how you want to.
Christine.
I move to deny the variance request for 334 West Table Street. I don't, Olson's his last name, right? I don't need that.
Yeah.
Table Street.
Okay.
Did you second? That was really.
Seconded,
hard.
okay, any other
Yeah.
discussion?
I mean, the worst thing is he just moves it further onto his yard. Right?
Yeah.
So he does that, then he has to come back to us again, right?
No, he has to,
If he meets
no,
the
he has to meet
setbacks,
the
then-
setback. Yes.
But exactly, so if he redesigns it and meets the setbacks, then we can move.
Then it would just go through Cody and
Yeah,
not need.
then
to
not
come
here.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if everything meets all the setbacks and everything, and every application, there is no, it just goes to her, and actually, we don't ever see it.
This is them asking us to bend.
To
the
bend
rules.
rules, yeah,
Or, to- yeah.
essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, any other public comments? Okay, comment online? Hearing none? Oh, sorry, excuse me. Okay, call the vote, Commissioner Shows. Call the vote, Commissioner Wang,
Aye. Yes.
Commissioner Ranson,
Aye.
Commissioner Hankins. Hi. Commissioner Harvey. Commissioner Corey. Commissioner Corey, okay, here we go. All right, that one is done, okay, next one, fiscal year 24-25 audit review. So. You can put that out at the digital copy, it is a lengthy, document. And so I will just scroll down to the findings, which are in the back. Starting on. 58, so maybe 58. So this is for fiscal year that ended June 30th of 2025. So. Keep that in mind. So start on page 58. So basically and this is a new audit company, Nexus, they're out of Kalispell, Montana, so, they had some different ones, so their first finding was, internal control over financial reporting, and designing, let's see, options for the financial statements, but not a purpose of inspect. Oh, and it just talks about a deficiency of internal control in the design or operation of a control does not allow for management or employees in the normal course of performing their assigned functions to prevent, detect, or correct misstatements on a timely basis. Okay, so that's kind of given the definition of the findings, and then our first one here is improper classification of capital outlay expenditures. So there were mistakes made in the classifications of how expenditures were coded, you know, how each object has a code number. There were a lot of those, there were hundreds of those that were miscategorized, and so Jody and Jody are working on fixing those now, and so that just allows anyone who's looking at the books to have a clearer picture. You know, I think one of our biggest ones that we've always done is like other purchase services. What is that? Those really should be categorized under their correct object code. So they're just saying that the auditor identified $119,347 of expenditures that were improperly coded as professional services rather than capital assets. So, and I think this is something we'll adjust in our budget too, is that the water and sewer fund should have a water capital improvement fund, and so then that way this won't happen again. So then that way they're capital improvements and not just expenditures. So that's what happened there. So. So we will correct that going forward. Improper accounting for direct cost allocations and interfund transfers. Let's see. I'll go through the context. The resulting misstatements, in my opinion, were as follows. The water fund expenditures totaling $48,203 were improperly recorded as transfers out. In addition, an unsupported transfer of $10,000 to the capital CIP fund was reversed. So, yeah, again, it was just a matter of how those transactions were categorized within the system. So we'll work towards that. And then, again, improper classification of payroll expenditures. So they overstated expenditures in the general fund. Well, there was general government expenditures, public safety expenditures, culture and recreation expenditures, and public works expenditures understated by $120,000. So they're just looking at all the receipts and where stuff was put, and they're just like, this should have been in a different category, is basically what they were saying. So Jody and Jody are working on fixing all those, so they're properly categorized, so then there's a bigger picture. The next one is and we kind of had an update on that, was the inadequate accounting for the ARPA grant activity. That ARPA fund was, unfortunately, I think it was a bear, so some grace given there. I think the ARPA fund, which is the American Rescue Plan Act that came out during COVID. I think it was a bear, the reporting that we've heard, it was really hard. But remember back that January, February, they said we were gonna have to repay money. Remember that was because of the misreporting or in the reporting that those things were done. Thankfully, we've spent all that money now, and we've exhausted everything there. So ARPA is no longer, and so that will be kind of self-resolving. So those were the findings. And so I think we've already made a letter to the Department of Administration that says what corrective action we are taking for that. And you can see that on page 66 and 67 and how we're trying to fix all that. Well, that is what that is. If you have any questions, these folks his name was Jonathan, really good guy. If you want to ask anything, the audit's available online, and then if anyone, these physical copies aren't for the commissioners to keep. I think we have to keep. You might put one down at the library, and just for the public for review. But if you want to take one home, you can and dig through it if we choose to do that. So.
I will say it was really nice to get the letter from them that they asked to share with the council, because we'd never seen any of that before.
Yeah, I would say I did like their policy commissioner, party was able to join in. It is their policy that the mayor and a commissioner, and I think, Brenda, were you on that call too? And so were the Jody, at least Jody Rogers was on that call when they did a walkthrough of the audit. So they want full transparency too of their. So, which was, and if commissioner, I know it was a tight time frame, because I was thinking it was like week before or 2 days before 4th of July. But next year we can plan, and we're actually gonna roll right into our next audit. Because that was kind of a little delayed, in just finishing up. And so we've already completed another fiscal year that they will begin to audit, so. And Brenda did a great job and the Jody did a great job providing them with the information. That we needed and just like, meaning the adjustments to be reviewed. There's also, the journal voucher, which is it's a change in funds. Those need to be reviewed too. Those were not being reviewed previously at all. So they had some great recommendations for some internal controls for better. So. Great. On the budget review, I think I'm gonna table this because we don't really have a full budget to review just yet. Jody was still working on that. She met with Eric today. Karen got her budget in, Jordan did, Brenna did, and then she's just working on doing this other thing. I can print out for you. And this will change. There were some mistakes or just some. Let's see. So for instance, print this out. It is basically it's a payroll report. So I think this will be really helpful in understanding. So it takes, and I'll print it out here. But it looks at all the employees, and tallies their wages, their benefits and everything, and gives us a big picture on how much we're spending across all the funds, enterprise, general, funds on what our payroll expenses are, including benefits. So I want to be clear. So there was one adjustment to be made, on here, but our grant for our employees, and then including the stipends for the commission and for the mayor, we're hovering right around $800,000 in payroll and benefits for our employees. And you'll get this report that has more detail. So I just thought that was neat because that was always my question when I was on the commission.
Yeah.
That like, how much are we actually? And then unless you added up all, the 25 different characters.
It was in 4 different categories.
Yeah, exactly. And then if there was multiple employees for a department, it was all lumped together and this was, so I think digesting the budget was gonna be a lot more simple and easily to attain, so. And, yeah, so once Jody is done doing that, I will email that out ASAP, so. Okay.
Is Jody gonna be here to run through budget or?
Yeah, I can certainly ask her to do that, so.
Maybe we should look at it first, see what we can adjust on it, and then maybe she can.
Yeah,
Cause we have to pay mileage here and.
yeah, or she would, do it they could do it virtually or mileage too, so, yeah. So, and I'm hoping to, like, the way Karen's budget is presented, she actually takes it out of Black Mountain software and just puts it in a spreadsheet that is color coded and it's much more easy to understand, so, I'll see how my Excel spreadsheet skills are, and if I can do that, I will, so. Just so it's, like I said, more easy to understand.
Well, I guess historically, it's always been Ginger that's helped us run through it. Is Brenna gonna be doing that role now?
Brenna and Jody, so,
Okay.
and what's great is that, we learned that in those different categories, we can make notes, like if there was other services, we can say, hey, this is what historically has been in there, so we can make notes. So we can answer questions more readily too.
Yeah, there's even notes of how much all business licenses are, and they're split up, so.
Yeah.
They're making it very, very nice.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah,
cool.
and cleaning up stuff that hasn't been on there, I mean, I think there was. Grants from the Western Transportation Institute that happened 10 years ago, that have been still just hanging out there, so that will. Clean up and, we can do that, so. So that is my goal, So, but unfortunately, it's not ready just yet.
That's why I'm not driving it nearly as much as I have previously, so. Do we need to move to table it or just table it?
No, I don't think so. We'll just put it back on the, yeah, because there's no decision to be made, so, yeah. All right, moving on to on-call engineering selection. So, what we ended up doing after our Q and A and after the last meeting is, like well, we had the score sheet that was in there, so you all filled out your score sheets. Did that, and Brenna tallied them yesterday. And so we just went kind of go through that and did a score. And so it turned out that the highest ranking was Triple Tree Engineering. So I don't know if you guys want to have more discussion on that or how you want to move forward.
John, is it okay if I just go with a motion or? You never talked to him today. I don't know if he had.
Can you hear, we can't hear you. He's on mute. Can you mute him? Can you do you have any?
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Maybe.
Yeah, I can hear you guys fine now. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was.
I
Up
didn't,
here.
I know, I don't wanna make a motion and have to take it back, that's why I was asking. Is there a motion? I don't wanna do all that to. I think that you're good. No comment.
Do you have any comment, Corey?
So I spoke with Brad Kuhn, who is a family friend, and he's part owner of this business that I went to college with all of their extended relative, his younger brother as well. So I know them quite well, and I was able to speak with Brad last night, and he did give me his word if they were chosen that they would do a fantastic job for the town. So but yeah, I guess as far as character reference, I think he's a pretty stand-up human being. I've known him for quite a few years, so yeah, I
And I
guess
would say all the scores came, it was close.
Yeah.
So, so all on that, so that's just how we're gonna do it. So they were all great. I think there was only differential in my scores, and so, but. So is there any other discussion? From the commission?
I move to hire Triple Tree Engineering Firm as our on-call engineering firm.
I'll say.
Further discussion? Any public comment? No, hearing none. Commissioner Way?
Aye.
Commissioner Ranson?
Aye.
Mr. Hampton? Aye. Commissioner Hardy?
Aye.
Commissioner Shows?
Aye.
So. That was that. I want to say Great West has been phenomenal, and we still have our contract for our the next phase of stuff. And we were,
Yeah.
Well,
I have complete respect for the process you guys went through, and we will continue to do a good job for you on the
Yes.
projects that we're working on.
Yes, so-
And I agree, Brad Coon's a wonderful. I went to high school.
And
as
cool,
well.
it was, yeah, it was really
It's
hard for
hard.
me to score,
Hey.
because it was everybody.
These things aren't personal.
Yeah,
So
yeah, so,
this
And
we're
you've done a-
professionals. So
yeah.
don't feel badly.
yeah, so we thank you for
Yeah.
all the time and attention that you have given us, and
Yeah.
we continue to work together, because we're still not done with the,
That's right.
we've still got
Yeah,
other
very
projects to
well.
wrap up, so. So yeah, so, great, well, thank you, okay. And I should have made this more clear on this was on my, on the agenda, the club appointments, that's the consolidated.
I know.
plan.
I was like, I wanna be part of the club.
Yeah.
Then I read it, I was like, I don't wanna be part of the club.
So yeah, it's a consolidated land use board. Lyndon Seed did submit a letter. Flip on this thing.
It's hot.
Yeah, so this is, so one of the things in the budget will be a mini split for in here.
No, it is that, yeah, it's the dial.
Okay.
I know it says warmer on it.
I don't turn it.
So anyways,
Just bring
this is the
your warmer.
consolidated land use board, which is what we consolidated for zoning commission, planning board, and zoning board of adjustment.
Yes.
Correct. So Lyndon Seed, Mr. Bob Bailey didn't respond to my email, so I might reach out to him directly. Maybe he didn't get my email, but I asked them to submit a letter. I do have some other folks that I've reached out to that have expressed lukewarm interest, and so
Imagine why.
just trying. So if we can, if you want to reach out to people and if they don't want to hear the poetics of zoning anymore, that is our current code and want more clarity. This is the time for the inputs, and they can, someone really opinionated. Here's their chance to put some of that into motion. So at this time, it is Lyndon Seed. Then I need a motion to appoint.
I moved to appoint Lyndon Seed to the club. That's probably not right.
Maybe we'll get more.
Should I say consolidated land use board instead of club?
Do you know how long that appointment is? For you?
You have a choice 4 or 3. You have to stagger some of them.
Okay,
So
5?
no, 4 or 3.
No, 5 people.
Yes,
yeah,
5.
5 people, 4 years or 3 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Longer video?
Yeah, I guess we'll just go with 4 years for Mr. Seed.
He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Move to appoint Lyndon Seed to the consolidated land use board for a 4-year term.
Yes. Okay. All right. Move. Oh, and second.
Hi.
Okay.
Aye.
All of us. this evening. All right.
On his side too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other discussion? Any public comment?
No, 2-year term. Sorry.
Oh, excuse me, for a 2-year term.
Yeah, sorry.
That's more palatable for,
Yeah.
okay,
I mean,
so 2-year term. Okay. Starting now.
Do we need to vote that motion down then and amend it?
I would just amend it.
Yeah, just send that here. Okay.
Amend my motion to a 2-year term, not a 4-year term.
Yep, perfect. Second?
Aye.
Oh my gosh.
All right, any further discussion? Call the vote. Let's just call the vote, because I guess we know how to vote. Commissioner Way,
Aye, yes.
Commissioner Ranson. Aye. Commissioner Hankin. Aye. Commissioner Hardy.
Aye.
Commissioner Shows.
Aye.
Okay,
Protected.
great. Now on to commission comments. Commissioner Shows, any comments from you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Next time have something.
Good. Okay. Commissioner Way, any comments?
No comments. We're working on the resort tax, the local option sales tax. And I will have more for you at the next meeting.
Thank you. Commissioner Ranson.
Yeah. It's Angry August.
Fair enough. Commissioner Hankins.
I attended my first library board meeting last week. That was fun. Glad to be there. Nice change of board members on there, so. Yeah, that's like that.
Thank you for doing that.
Thank you for your service.
For sure. Commissioner Hardy. We're expecting,
A slideshow,
Yeah, right.
PowerPoint presentation.
So I just had the incredible opportunity to bike the majority of the way across America. Um, for Tunnels to Towers was the cause that we were supporting, which is uh, a nonprofit that helps out with firefighters, veterans, people who've incurred disabilities in the line of work. Um, helping out families purchase homes when, the primary money earner has been become disabled due to something happening in the line of work. But regardless, it was, I think we stopped at approximately 25 fire departments. Some of them were town halls as well. Some of them were the chamber incorporated into the exact same building. So that was pretty cool to, maybe talk with the fire department that was, ran by the town. And to hear like, yeah, we have town commission's not quite getting things done these days. We don't see eye to eye. Just hearing stories. Everybody has funding issues. A lot of the same issues that we have here. I thought about the Twin Bridges Fire Department. I don't know if you guys remember. Probably a couple of years ago, the town of Twin applied for the same grant as the fire department did, and yeah, so they're still not seeing eye to eye. But there's I guess the long and short of it is there's no shortage of issues with governmental agencies across the United States. Um, so we stopped it at three. Um, 9/11 memorials. The first one was at the Pentagon, where we received an incredible welcoming from the mayor's sister, which I did not realize was such a big deal, that she was such a big deal at the Pentagon. That lady can go in any room and go talk to anybody she wants to in that building. Had a welcoming from Secret Service individuals, fire department, I guess the police force, as well, for us when we rode into the Pentagon, and then we got a 5-hour tour at the Pentagon. It had ate lunch there. It was jazz was the theme at the dining hall. So they had live music playing inside of the Pentagon, which I did not expect to see uh happening there. So that was absolutely super awesome. So thank you so much for facilitating that whole entire deal. What's her job title again?
I think she was international relations for the US Air Force.
Yeah.
She was she was a chief master sergeant in the Air Force, and she used to be director of protocol for the Department of Defense secretary. So,
Yeah.
and then she kept her same job, but now she's just a civilian, so she retired from the Air Force. So
32 years in the Air Force, and I think she has 4 more years to put in at the Pentagon. So she's just going to continue climbing that ladder. I was just super, super impressed. We met my buddy that I was traveling with. We were both in the Navy. We haven't hung out for 30 years. So that was interesting. We met the Secretary of the Navy. while we were there as well. So we were unable to meet Mr. Hegseth. He was in some sort of important meeting. And then we went to second 9/11 memorial in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, which was where the airplane was intentionally grounded by the crew. The crew rushed the cabin and intentionally like ran the plane aground. So that was a pretty incredible 9/11 memorial area. Met up with my uncle Skip, who was on the same ship that both Jim and myself were on, the USS Independence, quite a few years before us. And his wife, they facilitated a police department and fire department welcoming into that one as well. So yeah, it's kind of like getting married. And yeah, maybe it's super dying.
What you hear. I've never been married, honestly. It's not like that.
And then the final one that we went to was the Ground Zero area, and that we were met with the honor guard. So they were playing sax or not saxophones, but the bagpipes. So that was the fire department, yes, the military, maybe the police department, all kind of met us there, and that was the end of our journey. But we went and toured the Tunnel to Towers organization and met the guy who created the organization, which is I think it was his younger brother died in one of the towers collapsing. He was a firefighter, so and that's kind of what facilitated this organization, Tunnel to Towers, which is why we undertook this endeavor to celebrate the 25th anniversary of that horrible disaster that happened, and it was the 250th anniversary of our country, as we all know. So yeah, I feel pretty patriotic right now. So,
Okay, how many days?
it was 30 days, but we did not do 100% of the island. So I think I got between 13 and 1400 miles personally, in which resulted in a handful of ice baths in the evening for multiple reasons.
Where did you stay?
We stayed in motels every single day. Yeah, I wouldn't have done it otherwise. The only other time I've ridden that many days consecutive, I was able to set in ice cold streams. So yeah, I didn't. I'm just. I don't know. I take a lot of vacations. Usually they're bike riding vacations, but still to be able to hop on your seat or on your bicycle and ride your bike for that. Those Tour de France guys are awesome. That's all I gotta say about that. So.
Oh, that crazy.
But it's yeah.
To give Corey a little plug, the Tunnels to Towers, what they do is they pay off mortgages for first responders. So like most recently, I think it was in Minnesota, there was a conservation officer killed in the line of duty and they paid off her mortgage.
Oh, wow.
So that's what they do. So little plug, is your fundraising page still up?
Should be, yeah, if
so-
not reach out to me. I think we've raised $17,000. And just for total transparency, my buddy went out and got all of the money for our hotels and for our food, for our vehicle rental. So he got that from local individuals. I told him I was like, gonna help out with that, but I honestly didn't know enough about the journey until we got to do it. And now I'm ready to do it for next year. So if you own a business in town, I'm gonna be hitting you up next year. So, but yeah.
Sweet. Okay, for my report, I've just been here, so let me tell you what, I've been working on, the local government review, getting that ballot language and getting, so I worked on that. Which we passed, our last meeting, I've also looked into, the alley issue that we were ruled in favor of back in 2022. So there were some loose ends there, so wanting to make sure that that is all complete, with everything, so, we had the surveyor go back out there just to make sure we can delineate between public and private property. And then we will have to pass a resolution that will be coming up soon too. So it just says that we dedicate the alley to the public for our use, so. Everything's all set, it's just a matter of just a few little procedural deals, so, and then I also thought that we probably should dedicate it to Esther Warburton, who was.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, and I think we should call it Esther's Alley. Yeah,
Nice.
so, and maybe have a little celebration.
Family, distant relatives in this week of Esther's.
Oh,
That brought Esther up, yeah.
yeah, she was an amazing lady, so, I'm working on that, there's a few little things that I have to track down that, weren't as in the file.
Can I just question on that?
Yeah,
Delineation of that, is there any way we could, maybe do like temporary?
that's what we're working on, yeah,
Okay.
exactly, and before we placed them, I wanted to make sure every I was dotted and every T was crossed.
Sure.
So,
I think that's something that I experience when I go to use the alley, if I don't wanna be trespassing on
yeah,
someone's.
so we'll have it delineated, so that way people stay within the public right of way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, that was the goal, so with that, okay, Commissioner Way and I met with Madison County Sheriff's Office, to potentially renegotiate, our contract, some of the terms of our contract. I think we're gonna be having a work session, possibly the 24th, the Monday, not this coming Monday, but next Monday, the 24th. So, if you want to, it will be up at the county, so. So we were just gonna spearhead that, but.
What is it for?
For our contract with the sheriff's office. So. Let's see, been working with Jody and Brenna on the budget. Kind of already hit on that. Great West did it, our I don't even know what the terminology is, but it's a grant for planning grants coming out.
Renewable resource.
Yeah, renewable resource grants. In our 2015 capital improvement plan, it talked about land acquisition for land applying for the water lagoon for the effluent. And so, and then we had a adjacent landowner that has expressed some interest about possibly irrigating with the effluent, like a lot of places do. So the grant is to look at that possibility of no longer discharging into the river. So hopefully hopefully that's a good story, and maybe we'll get hopefully we'll get approved for that. So then that way we can have some funds to look into that possibility. So, and move that forward. Let's see, town hall renovations, the demo is done upstairs. So of course, there was always just a little bit more. So we had to pull that paneling down. It was just not salvageable. In that, the cat urine just, he probably cleaned it 5 or 6 times and it just kept on seeping out. So we took that paneling down, so that will probably be a little bit more than initial. And then there was another wall of drywall that needed to come out because pills wouldn't stick to it for whatever reason. So anyway, so a little bit more, but not too much more on that. So very nice young man, Jared Schandelmeyer, who did that, and then, Sage will be starting, as time allows, to do the renovations up there. What are my thoughts, and we can talk about this during the budget, is, we talked about using the back half for office procedure and stuff like that. Is we got a bid to move the IT room from in the ambulance bay. It would just basically go through the wall and into one of those back bedrooms.
Perfect.
And so then that way it would be more secure, cleaner, and just kind of better practices, so. So that could be part of our capital improvement plan, so. But they would have to recable to get there, and like this bank of switches, it's probably best practices that be in an IT room and not just, it's in this desk over here
Oh, gosh,
in the
yeah.
corner, like that should really be in an IT room and not just out in the open, so, what was recommended. So yeah, so we've been working with that, with the town hall renovations. Really good news, we were awarded, the TAG grant, which is the tourism grant through the Department of Commerce, excuse me, for the Lions Club Park stuff. We were awarded about 46% of what we asked for. But something's better than nothing, so we got about $42,000, $42,680. And that will go towards a little bit of the skate park. I think it's $4,200 for the skate park. Something like $3,200 for improvements to the bathrooms, and then the remainder for the planning and engineering for, I don't know if there's any engineering, but planning for the Lions Club Park. They're looking to do the playground and pavilion redo. So, yeah, so, yeah.
We just sponsored that, right?
Well, I wrote it, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we had to have a partner, so, yeah, so, yeah. So we've got, the Lions Club, they provided their plans and information, because you had to have basically a shovel-ready project. And we kind of had two with the skate park,
Yeah.
and the bathroom always needs attention. So, yeah.
So you think on another department?
What's that?
Is there, can use it for another department?
I think so, since the one that we just installed got damaged. So that's the way. So, yeah, or if we can, find a bid for, a good bid to epoxy the floor, so. We'll see, but yeah, we have some little funding in there, and then, other stuff, just kind of plugging away on, so.
Any progress on the excess view?
Yes, we sold those excess vehicles to the town of Cascade. We sold 2 of them.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so we do have just the one. So, yeah, the town of Cascade is starting their own police department. So, they purchased, other items from us as well. So, yeah. So, yeah. All right, well, thank you. And that is all.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Call the vote.
I.
Right,
God.
right.
Thank you very much. We will see you August 26th. Right?
Seven. 6, 7.
Don't.
I appreciate that. Thanks for coming down.
Oh, yes, of course. It actually was actually.
I was not that we both got, I really
Okay.
I saw my car there, I'm like, somebody's there.
Seriously, and you liked it
About
better.
4 minutes.
Yeah, I did a great job. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I'd love to at some point maybe do like a little luxury. Sure. I'm just saying. That's just helpful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and we'll.
That's all my life for.
Yeah. we can do that.
No, I can't, even it's too late,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, take care.
See you guys. Thank you.
Maybe Ed needs to work on the plan.
Oh my
So
God.
Bryce,
Off.
Bryce, I haven't had a chance to ask you, what do you have on your agenda?
I have no agenda right now.
Good.
Am I
I've got to do more research.
I'm